Master, let me see again. Yes, this was the cry of the beggar, the blind beggar, Bartimaeus to Jesus. And Jesus healed his blindness. Dear brothers and sisters, today we are told about the wonderful incident which took place to Bartimaeus, the blind beggar. Jesus healed him. There are a few important points for us to look at when we read this gospel in Mark. First of all, this blind man Bartimaeus is calling out to Jesus and asking him to have pity on him when he heard that Jesus is passing by. Yes, he said, "Son of David, Jesus, have pity on me." And what happens when he is calling out to Jesus? In fact, the people around him are asking him to keep quiet because they do not want this blind beggar to disturb Jesus. But he doesn't listen to the advice of the people around him. In fact, he takes courage and he shouts even louder. He's shouting louder, "Son of David, have pity on me." This made Jesus stop. This made Jesus stop and tell the people to make him come to him. Yes, dear brothers and sisters, this blind man was insistent in getting Jesus' attention because he wanted to be healed. He wanted his blindness to be gone. He wanted to see again. And when Jesus asks him, "What do you want?" he says, "Let me see again." There's something strange in this incident, dear brothers and sisters. He is a blind man. He's a blind beggar seated by the road. But when Jesus says, "Ask him to come here," he immediately jumps up and went to Jesus. Now we wonder, how is it possible that a blind man can jump up and go to Jesus, approaching him? Could he see Jesus? Now, maybe he was blind, maybe some people helped him to reach Jesus. But the fact that it is said that he jumped up and went to Jesus gives us a reflective thought. Now, this reflective thought could be, was he only blind physically? Or what kind of blindness was he asking to be healed from? Was it some other kind of blindness? Could it have been spiritual blindness? Could it have been emotional blindness? What other kind of blindness could he have been suffering from? There are many of us who are seeing and listening to this talk are not physically blind. But there are various kinds of blindness we still suffer from. Many are suffering from blindness to injustice around us. Many are blind to the poverty and suffering around us. Many are blind to the slackening of morality around us. Many are even blind to truth itself. We are blind to the extent that we cannot recognize this truth, God, who is amongst us, who is moving around us even today. These kinds of blindness are also things which prevent us from growing in spirituality, prevent us from getting closer to our Lord and God Jesus Christ, prevent us from accomplishing the mission which God sent us into this world, to love one another as He has loved us. So, dear brothers and sisters, are we courageous enough to recognize Jesus who is walking around us even today? Are we courageous enough to shout out to Jesus, "Jesus, have mercy on me. Jesus, have pity on me. Master, let me see again." Yes, let us get the attention of our Lord and God Jesus Christ, who is ever willing to open our eyes and make us see again. Let us not be slowed down in our calling to God through the pressure which we receive from all around us, the negativity around us. Let us focus our attention on Jesus, the Jesus who is in our midst even today. Jesus, Son of David, Son of God, have pity on me. I want to see again. I want to see the injustices around me so that I can contribute at least to a small extent to put things right. I want to see the poverty and the misery which is going around me so that I can lend my hand and help at least to a small extent. I want to see the slackening of morality which is happening around me so that I can correct myself and be an influence on what is morally right around this world. Yes, teach me truth. Master, let me see again.